Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with the reading vlog. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to film a reading vlog again for so long, but just between school, being in a reading slump, and just other things happening this summer, it just hasn't really worked out. But this week I am finally committed to making it happen. So today is Saturday and I plan to vlog my reads from today till Friday. And this is an attempt to kind of like get me back in the groove of reading like every day again and just get through some books before school starts. So here we are. So basically this video doesn't really have a theme. It's just gonna be like a summer reading vlog, and I might do like little challenges every day to help me get through the books, just to, you know, add a little spice to the video. So that's what we're doing. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're here to stay and enjoy the read. So I'm currently reading The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I'm reading it on my Kindle. I am currently 52% through, so halfway, and I really want to get this book done hopefully like by tomorrow or Monday. That would be great, because I also want to finish reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I usually don't read two books at once, because usually what happens is I read one more than the other, which is happening right now, and then the other one is just kind of collecting dust, even though I really want to read it, but I just have trouble doing that sometimes. But yeah, so hopefully I can really get a lot of this read today so I can read the other book I want to read. And yeah, I think today I'm going to try to use a random number generator and to pick a number through 1 to 10, and that'll be how many chapters I'll read today. So that's the vibe I'm feeling for today. So I typed it in on my Google 1 through 10. 4 is not the actual number. This is just the default. Like when I typed in random number generate, this is exactly what showed up. So we're gonna press generate and see how many chapters I'm gonna read in one sitting. Generate. Okay, 8 chapters. That is very doable. The chapters are pretty short. So before we get into the reading, I should probably tell you guys what this book is about. So The Conditions of Will is about this girl named Georgia, and she comes from South Carolina, from a very like religious, strict family. She moved to London because she is just very estranged from them, and there's a lot of issues, especially because her brother Oliver, who she's closest with, is gay, and they have a problem with that. She just has a very different mindset from the rest of her family, and that causes a lot of contention. She's been through a lot of trauma, and she comes back to South Carolina because her dad passed away, and so we're just seeing her have to deal with all these different family dynamics. And then also her brother Oliver, who again is her best friend in the family, he is a recovering alcoholic, and he brings his sponsor Sam Penny with him, and there's a little contention with that because it seems like Oliver kind of has a little bit of feelings for him, but also so does Georgia. So that kind of is causing a bit of friction throughout the book as well. But it's so interesting because Georgia is like really smart. She knows a lot about like psychology and just reading people. So just like seeing her do it in real time with talking with people is very interesting. So yeah, that's the synopsis of this book. It's so good. The southernness of this book is so accurate to me, considering I am from Kentucky, which is like not the South, but I definitely can like feel the southern vibes. And I actually did go to Charleston, South Carolina this summer. Go check out that vlog, and I can say the vibes of this book are definitely accurate. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. I'm gonna get to reading. My camera battery is flashing, so I'm gonna let her charge a bit while I'm reading, and we are gonna sit down and read these 8 chapters. It's a bit later. I've just have been sitting here reading. I had my reading ambiance on, and it was a vibe. But I want to take a little, you know, mind break and give you guys a little update. So I'm now 72% in. I read past my goal, which is amazing. I left off about to start chapter 46, if that will focus. 46, and with the goal I would have needed to read 241, so I definitely went above it. I just could not stop reading. There was a plot that they introduced that I wasn't too sure about, to be honest, like a little road trip plot, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't think I was gonna like it, because I genuinely love road trip plots and like TV shows and movies and just other books, but I don't know, for some reason with the way this book was going, I was like, really? A road trip now after what just happened? But I'm happy because it has given us some good conflicty moments and also some good like heartwarming moments and just like bonding moments, so I love it. This book is just so freaking good. I already know what I'm about to rate it because I am 72% in. It's just like a 4-star read. Like, it's so good. The only reason it's not a 5-star is because it's not giving me that 5-star feeling, but I'm thoroughly enjoying reading this book. I just like can't put it down, but I'm like, I have other things to do today and I just need to give myself a break. Hello guys, so it is Sunday, the second day of this vlog. It's currently 6:43. I have not read yet today. I know, crazy, but I've been busy. We are still gonna do some reading for today, but I think we're gonna do a little like a night session of reading and probably do either the number generator or just like reading to a certain percent. I don't know, I always like to read with some sort of goal. Like, I don't know, that's just the competitive side of me, I guess. But last weekend, I believe, yeah, I think it was last weekend, we went to Barnes & Noble because I heard about that 50% off, like buy one get one 50% off romance paperback book sale, and I was like, yep, I will be there. So I did some damage, not too bad. I bought 4 books and I'm gonna give y'all just like a mini book haul. So the first book that I got was One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune, and I think this is kind of like, it's not like the second book she's written, but it's like the second book to like the Every Summer After, or something like that. I don't know, I'll put the correct book on the screen, but that book. So in that book there's 2 brothers, so the book was about one brother, so this one's about the other brother. So I'm really excited to read this. I really like Every Summer After. I'm really excited to read this. So this book is basically about Alice, and she spent her like summers at her grandmother's cottage, I think, and she was a photographer, and so it seems like her nan had a accident. It says Alice comes up with a plan for them both, another summer in the magical place Barry's Bay, but as soon as they settle in, their peace is disrupted by the roar of a familiar yellow boat and the man driving it. It's Charlie Florek, and he took a picture, or Alice took a picture of Charlie a long time ago, so we're just kind of like revisiting their past, I guess. So I'm super excited for this. A lot of people have rated this highly, even if they didn't like Every Summer's After or the Meet Me at the Lake book, so I have kind of high hopes for this. And then the next one I got is The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. This is my first book by this author. I really like the sprayed edges. It's like kind of cute. I don't have a book with sprayed edges, so I feel special that this book is the first for me, but I'm just gonna read the back of this book for you guys kind of quickly. So Emma Wheeler desperately longs to be a screenwriter. She spent her life studying, obsessing over, and writing romantic comedies, good ones that win contests, but she's also been the sole caregiver for her kind-hearted dad who needs full-time care. Now when she gets a chance to rewrite a script for famous screenwriter Charlie Yates, her personal writing god, it's a break too big to pass up. Emma's younger sister steps in for dad duty, and Emma moves to LA for 6 weeks and for the writing gig of a lifetime. But what is it they say? Don't meet your heroes. Charlie Yates doesn't want to write with anyone, much less a failed nobody writer. Worse, the romantic comedy he's written is so terrible it might actually bring on the apocalypse. Plus, he doesn't even care about the script. It's just a means to get a different one greenlit. Oh, and he thinks love is an emotional Ponzi scheme. But Emma's not going down without a fight. She will stand up for herself and for rom-coms and for love itself. She will convince Charlie that love stories matter, even though she has to kiss him senseless to do it. But what if that kiss is accidentally amazing? What if real life turns out to be so much more real than fiction? What if the love story they're writing breaks all of Emma's rules and comes true? Tell me that doesn't sound amazing. I just love the Hollywood aspect of it. I feel like every girl who grew up reading on Wattpad just loves a good like Hollywood story like this, and honestly the few that I've read, or maybe just one, have I just read one like Hollywood-esque book? I can't remember. But they honestly just haven't been like the best. So I'm really excited. I have high hopes. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen has pretty good reviews, and the cover is so cute, and it sounds like it's gonna be kind of like a grumpy guy and like a girl who's like gonna come in and be like, no, love is a great thing. So I'm excited to see that. And then the next book is Blue Sisters by Coco Mellers. I've seen honestly not that much about this book, to be honest. I've seen some people read it, but honestly I haven't seen that many reviews, but I feel like I've seen people say that they really like this, so I'm excited, especially because it's like a book about sisters, and the books like that always just touch my heart because I always wanted a sister. I'm blessed with my brother though, but that's something I've always wanted, and I find that I feel like my best friends are like my sisters. So I don't know, stories about sisters always just hit me, and then the cover is just so cute. Like, come on now. I'll just read the back of the book for you guys pretty quickly. It says, the three Blue sisters are exceptional and exceptionally different. Avery, the eldest, and a recovering heroin addict turned straight-laced lawyer, lives with her wife in London. Bonnie, a former boxer, works as a bouncer in Los Angeles following a devastating defeat. And Lucky, the youngest, models in Paris while trying to outrun her hard partying ways. They also had a fourth sister, Nikki, whose unexpected death left the family reeling. A year later, as they navigate grief, addiction, and ambition, they must return to New York to stop the sale of the apartment they were raised in. But coming home is never as easy as it seems. As the sisters reckon with the disappointments of their childhood and the loss of the only person who held them together, they realize that the greatest secrets they've been keeping might not have been from one another but from themselves. Imbued with Coco Mellers' signature combination of humor and heart, Blue Sisters is a story of what it takes to keep living at their loss and ultimately to fall in love with life again. And this is the same author as Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which I've heard a lot of great things about that book as well. But I just love books that explore like different family dynamics, so I'm like obsessed with this. And it takes place in New York City, which I love New York City. I'm actually going there not this weekend but next weekend, so I'm super excited about that. And just a little self plug, subscribe so you don't miss the New York City vlog. But I'm super excited, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be like a read that'll take me long. The font is a little small, but it doesn't seem like a long book at all. And then my last book, I was like, I just want a different genre other than the romance books that I got. And then I was like, I got like this general like fiction book, so let's look in the mystery thriller section, and I saw First Lie Wins, so I was like, I have to get it. It is by Ashley Elston. I have heard great things about this book. I just love a good thriller book. Like, I honestly need more of them on my shelf. Honestly, the back of this says, Evie Porter has everything a nice southern girl could want: a dawdling boyfriend, a house with a white picket fence, a tight group of friends. The only catch, Evie Porter doesn't exist. Like, tell me that doesn't get your attention right away. And the rest of it just says, the identity comes first, Evie Porter. Once she's given a name and location by her mysterious boss, Mr. Smith, she learns everything there is to know about the town and the people in it. Then the mark, Ryan Sumner. The last piece of the puzzle is the job. Evie isn't privy to Mr. Smith's real identity, but she knows this job will be different. Ryan has gotten under her skin, and she's starting to envision a different sort of life for herself. But Evie can't make any mistakes, especially after what happened last time. Evie must stay one step ahead of her past while making sure there's still a future in front of her. The stakes couldn't be higher, but then Evie has always liked the challenge. ... So this sounds really good. Honestly, I feel like I've kind of have seen mixed reviews about this book, so we'll see how I feel. But honestly, it sounds really good to me, and I haven't really read a book with like a hidden identity in this type of sense. I didn't realize like her husband also has a secret identity, or is it her boss? No, it's her boss. Okay, so I'm just a little curious like what the whole circumstance is of like her undercover like identity, like her false identity, and why her boss real identity isn't revealed as well. So super excited for this one. It'll be a good one for the fall time. So those are all the books I got. Very good reads. Definitely want to get them in before the end of the year. I want to get better at reading my books because my physical TBR has gotten so big. I'm just like, I need to read these before I buy any more, for real, but I just couldn't help myself. I had to treat myself. Let me know down below if you have read any of these books and your thoughts. No spoilers, of course. I think that's all I have to say for this portion of this vlog. Hello vlog, it is the next day. Honestly, I didn't really have a eventful day. The main thing I wanted to do today was finish my New York City itinerary, and I did that. I was like maybe gonna go to Seven Brew and then record a podcast episode with my friend, but those things got moved till tomorrow. But I feel like reading now because YouTube honestly was not hitting today. My background feels so bare because I'm doing like a little mini room transformation. So like I'm painting my walls this weekend, so like I've taken some things down. So usually I have green vines behind me, but honestly I like it. It's just very minimalistic. You can kind of see the light peeking through. But anyways, enough of that. This is a reading vlog. But my goal is to finish The Conditions of Will today. I read a little bit last night. I can't remember the percentage I left up on. Let's actually check real quick. Okay, I just looked and I'm on chapter 50. I am 78% through, so I can definitely finish this in one sitting. So I think this is gonna be my goal for today. And like I said earlier in the vlog, I really want to finish this book. I said by Sunday, but like Monday at the latest. So today is Monday, so we are going to be finishing this book because I'm just fiending to read some other books as well. So let's just sit here and read. I got a nice little bevy to accompany me. I have my Olipop and classic grape. We love her. And now we're just gonna sit here and enjoy this reading. There might be a little bit of rain, a little storm coming later, so that could be a nice little ambiance, a little summer thunderstorm. But I'm just gonna sit here and read this book. It's just insane. So much is going on. I swear, it's like all the plot twists that come in this book, I'm just like, but this last one that just happened, that came out of their trip, if you know, you know. If you read the book, I kind of had a feeling it was gonna happen, but nevertheless, still seeing it play out and see how Georgia connected the dots, I was like, that's insane. And I just need to see how this little romantic plot of this book is going to end, because there's some things that need to be talked about and spoken about and said, and it hasn't happened yet, and this book is almost over. So I imagine it's all gonna come crashing down in the last bit, and I'm sad. I need to see how this unfolds. But yeah, that's my little reading update for today, or for now, and then talk to you guys when I finish and when I start my next read. I've been waiting for this moment. I cannot, you guys. Jeez.
My love inside, say to me, what's wrong? To where'd you come from? It's easy loving you. This love that you give, say you can't hide my love inside.
Hello guys, I'm gonna give a little update about my reading today. Honestly, I haven't done much because it's just been a busy day. So it is now, let's see, 8:12, and I still have to record a podcast later. So honestly, I probably won't read again for the day until I go to bed. I did read on the way to my granny's house, but that's really about it, as you guys would have saw in the car. But as you guys can tell, I started a new book, so I did finish The Conditions of Will. I gave it a 4 stars. It was so good. And now I have picked back up again The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is Snow's book, and I love the movie, so I was really excited to get into the book. And I love it because you can just see so much more how he really feels, because we get his inner thoughts from someone who just saw the movie. I feel like it just took me a while to like really understand Snow's real motive, like that he really just sees Lucy Gray and Sejanus as a way to like a means to the end. But I felt like I picked that up very quickly while reading. Like I'm 100 pages in, and like I just picked it up so clearly. Like just being inside his mind is just fascinating, and it just makes me just think of the movie in my head, and I'm just like, wow, Tom, Blythe, and Rachel really like brought these characters to life, and just everyone else too. Like I'm just imagining them as I'm reading this, and I just love just seeing Snow's inner dialogue. I'm not that far in. It is a pretty thick book, but yeah, I just want to give y'all an update. I have read Haymitch's book, and honestly I've seen like all the Hunger Game movies. Haven't read the books yet. I know, bad, but I have seen all the Hunger Games movies. Like, I was obsessed with them when I was younger. Obviously I watched this movie, and then I will be sad for Haymitch's. And so the first Hunger book I've like ever read is Haymitch's, and now this is my second. And then eventually I'll read the trilogy, I don't know when, if you wanted to know. I think the Mockingjay movies are my favorite. Oh no, I would say like Mockingjay Part 2 is like my favorite, and then like Catching Fire is my second favorite. And then this is not a Hunger Games ranking video, so I'm just gonna stop there. But yeah, if you're just curious, those are like my top 2 faves. But yeah, actually Mockingjay 1 is pretty good too though. I don't know, I love them all. Anyways, they have a special place in my heart. But back on track, I just essentially just want to say that I am loving it so far. And the Hunger Games, I don't know, just Snow as a person is just so interesting. Oh, okay, this is why I brought up Mitch's book, because you see him a little bit older. It's just interesting to see how kind of like how sick he is. And then I realized like sick as in like sickness, like cough, like, not like sick in the head. Like we know he's sick in the head, but just how he's like portrayed, and like we're seeing him younger, and then just knowing how Snow is throughout the years up until the last Hunger Games book. It's just like that was a whole bunch of nothing, but I just want to give you guys an update, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Hello guys, it feels like I haven't vlogged in forever for you guys. It's nothing but for me. There's some personal things that I had to deal with before I picked up this vlog again and get back into my reading, but now I finally feel ready to do it. So what better way than another nighttime reading sesh? We'll see how long I can stay up though, but I'm still reading The Hunger Games, and I am leaving for New York City on Friday, and today is it's Monday night, so I really want to finish this book by Thursday like evening, so I can read like a new book in New York City. So yeah, that'll be my main goal, and that'll be the last book for this reading vlog. But I'm still very early in. I'm on chapter 7, I believe. Yeah, chapter 7. I have 4 minutes left in the chapter, so hopefully I can get to like maybe chapter 10 tonight, but we'll see. Oh, and also if my background looks different, I am in the process of a whole room like transformation video, so that will be up sometime soon if you want to see the final product. Hello vlog. This vlog has taken me literal weeks to film, and that's just because summer has been summering. You know how it gets, you get busy, you don't necessarily have time to read. But it is currently Wednesday, August 13th, and I am gonna finish The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes before Friday, which is actually my birthday. Stay tuned for a birthday vlog. But I'm actually, hold on, let me check Goodreads real quick. I am actually 61% into this book. I'm on chapter 20. It's really good. So I can't remember the last thing I said to you guys in terms of like my thoughts on the book and like what was happening, but we are like into the thick of it with the games. There's like 3 of them left, so we still have a good bit to go through, but you know, we're almost close to the end. It's so good just like reliving what happened during the actual games, and just like kind of like the intense fighting scenes and just all the crazy like politics of it all. What I do like, because of course I watched the movie, is that we get to see more of Sejanus's like real relationship with Snow, and like Snow's relationship with Sejanus and his family, which I thought was really interesting, especially like the plinth prize of it all, because in the movie they just kind of mentioned it, but like obviously we didn't see like Snow going to Sejanus's father's office when he went to go visit him, and just kind of like how calculated Snow really is and just sees everyone as a means to an end. You just really get that a lot in this book. A lot of that kind of got lost in the movie. We still did see it, but not as like in depth as you can see it in the book. I'm excited to see like how they portray life after the games versus the movie. In the movie we saw like a lot of that, and I don't expect to see a lot of that in the book because this is how much I have left. But yeah, I just want to give an update. Also, real quick, I got a book in New York City, which is the passion project. I talk more about that in that vlog. And then last weekend, or this past weekend, I picked up a book that I have had on my mind for weeks, so I was like, I have to buy it because I'm really trying to like stop buying books because I have so many books on my physical TBR. But it's just this I who have never known men. So if you have read this book, let me know your thoughts on it. I've seen really good things about it. It's a short read, so hopefully I can get to it in the fall time. Seems like a really good fall read. But yeah, those are my book updates for you guys, and I am determined we are going to finish this vlog by Friday. I am calling it now, and if I complete it you guys will know. But I'm tired of like being stuck on this one book. It's not that it's bad, it's just like, again, summer is summer. I just have a lot going on, so my time to read is very sparse, very little. So that's why it's just taken me a long time. I'm absolutely loving this book, and I'm gonna get to reading. Hello guys, it's a bit later. It's actually almost midnight. It's 11:57. Sorry if I sound a bit winded. I was supposed to be in bed a long time ago, but I got distracted trying to learn a TikTok dance, and here we are. Yeah, so earlier I read for about an hour. As you guys saw, I set a timer and I was like, I am going to sit down and dedicate an hour to like really put me in like the zone to focus on reading. So I did that, and I had some thoughts. So it's funny because in the last clip of me talking, I'm pretty sure I was like, oh, like what was it? I was like, oh, like I wonder how much this book is gonna cover after the games. And literally that like chapter I was in the middle of when I picked up the book again was literally like the last chapter of the game. So now we're into Snow's peacekeeper era, and this is really where it's like you could really see like his want and hunger for power, because there have been some points where it's like you see Snow kind of like have empathy, actually be a human almost, and kind of think like, oh, like are these games really like the best thing? He kind of sees the bad in them, but also we see how Snow ends up through the other Hunger Game movies. And so you do see him kind of like not like fully, but sometimes have those moments where it's like, oh, like what are we really doing here? Like, is this really ethical, blah blah blah? But then you just see just kind of his nature, just what he's always known to like crave the power because of the family he grew up in, and just kind of like the indoctrination that he's just grown up with, being in the capital, being from a historically powerful family, and just how he just kind of falls back into it. And even though he got saved as a peacekeeper, he was like really down about that. But now that he can see like, oh, maybe I can find myself in a powerful position now, he's feeling happier. So that's just like, you just seeing that development in the book versus the movie is just so good. And this book is just making me want to rewatch the movie very soon. It's not too expensive to rent on Prime Video, so I might have to rent it soon. They're like $4, but I'm like, at this point all the Hunger Games are like on other streaming platforms for free. Surely this movie can be free too. But so I am currently now on chapter 23. That's where I left off. I am 65% through, so I'm hopefully gonna read to like 70-75% tonight. But those are just all my updates for now and my thoughts, and I will chat to you guys tomorrow morning. Hello guys, so it is the next day. I wanted to give a little book update. I'm using my microphone because my lovely neighbors are getting landscaping done, so I'm hoping this microphone will help kind of push out that noise as best as possible. But if it still comes through, I very much apologize for it. But I have read a lot since we've last talked. I'm actually 82% in. I'm about to start chapter 27, and you guys, I just know like some big stuff is about to happen, and I'm ready to read it all. I was gonna sit outside and read, but since they're landscaping, I don't know if that'll be the most enjoyable experience. So I might just sit inside and read for a bit, maybe switch it up, read in my living room instead. But yeah, that's my update. I just know Sejanus is about to get done so dirty, and I'm just not excited for that. And just already seeing kind of like the differences between him and Lucy Gray fundamentally, which like duh, and just knowing how that's all gonna play out, I'm just like ooh. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm hoping to finish this book honestly today. I might like read to chapter 28 maybe, or 29, and then maybe save the last one for later. Maybe I'll just sit down and fully just binge it. We'll see. But I am about to sit down and read. I kind of had a late start today, kind of. Okay, well, I got up early, and then because I'm not used to getting up early, I fell asleep, and then that kind of like got my day started late. But you know, I got up, got myself together, I've been productive, finished everything that I wanted to get done today, so I'm feeling good about that. So yeah, now I'm gonna reward myself with some reading, and yeah, so I will talk to you guys when I maybe have some reactions or when I finish the book. Thankfully, they ended up leaving right after that clip, so here I am outside reading, and it's so hot, but you know, I'm embracing this because I know in a couple months I'm like, ugh, I wish it was warm, and I wish I was outside reading. So you know, we're gonna romanticize this heat and just enjoy the beautiful summer weather. Gucci, brother Rex on your chain. Hello guys, it is a while later. It's 7:30 and I just finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I always forget the title, it's so long, but wow, that ending, I swear, like it gave me chills just as I had chills when I was watching the movie, and I was like, oh, we're really ending right here. And still to this day, I wonder, what did Snow say? What were his actions that kind of suss Lucy Gray out? Like everything just happened so quickly at the end. But at the end of the day, I gave the book a 4 stars. My full Goodreads review is linked down below, and I have a booksta as well, which I post like book reviews. I'm gonna try to post more like bookish like vlogs and like posts on there as well. Overall, I just really enjoyed seeing Snow's inner thoughts more in depth, and just really seeing like the type of person he is and just how he just discards people who no longer serve him. Like just seeing how he was like acting like Lucy Gray basically didn't exist after, you know, she kind of ran away from him, was just like disgusting. And I was like, ugh, this just again shows who you really are. And it was honestly a game changer, and it helped me understand his character more. And yeah, this book did not disappoint at all. So good. If you watched the movie and you're like on the fence, should you read the book? Read the book. It is just as good. But with that being said, that's now the end of this video. Finally, this video has taken me so long to film in real time, but finally it is done. I'm very happy about that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.